Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Stormworks career day 10 to 20. Let's get right into it. So, back on day 10 where we left off. I'm leaving the dock because we have a mission to put out a fire at the beginner outpost, which was just easy money. Started working on the catamaran again. Another long-term project, I guess, and got it running, which was pretty cool. Added some details as well, and then I decided that we needed more speed on the speedboat, so I added hydrofoils, and it was pretty nippy after that. A little bit of adjusting had to be done, but we got it pretty fast, and so that was great. So I had a new mission and had to go find a boat, and took this as an opportunity to do a little bit of exploring as well. So it wasn't a transponder mission, I just had to use my eyes, but past the flaming island that was still on fire. I got 3 crates as well, which fueled some good research there, and eventually found the flaming beacon. I really don't know what these people do to their boats, but they're always just on fire and then just standing there. Maybe they should pack a fire extinguisher instead of paying me to do it. Well, yeah, one of these people were died, and yeah, I was pretty stupid because I literally looked at the defibrillator and I was like, I don't have a defibrillator, so I just yeeted them. And yeah, they ended up falling off the boat a little while later, and so this guy, I hope he didn't suffer much trauma from his friend. She couldn't be saved, so yeah, anyway, he was at the hospital nice and safe, and decided to further upgrade with a hatch. This way I could repair the engine if it ever maybe blew up. But yeah, and I went off and I sort of explored a bit of the coast of the Sawyer Islands and had this mission pop up. So I tried searching for the vehicle, but ended up giving up, couldn't find it, so I just slept a whole bunch. And then I had a call to do another transport mission, and this was much harder because yeah, it was wavy. This was probably the windiest it had been in the whole time I was playing up to this point. So yeah, red on the map, and I had hydrofoils, and I was trying to tug a boat which later flipped over, and yeah, it just makes you want to take off. But yeah, ended up getting it back eventually, and wow. But yes, finally had 60,000, which was perfect because I was now going to begin my new career in a freelance coal transport man. So I bought the dock island, which gave me access to the train workbench, where I soon constructed a truck. I ended up using modular engines, so I had Mr. Jersey's microcontrollers to thank for all the gearboxes and things. That made it a lot easier, and experimented with some cab designs. Ended up going with a kind of Russian style, I don't really know, and got a nice flatbed on there. So with that I set off and tested out the truck at the same time. It was pretty fast actually, but yeah, I made it to the mine site, which was in a crater, which was a kind of a pain later. This was the first time I was doing coal ever, and so I was a bit confused as to why all my coal started disappearing. And I couldn't find it on the ground, and I was really confused until I found out you needed hoppers. And so I headed back and upgraded the truck a bit with a bed, nice little sleeper, and finally got some hoppers on there. So I went back, and this is where my stupidity failed me once again, as yeah, the engine just kept stalling out. It wanted to gear down, but then just kind of shut off, and yeah, it took a while, only for me to realize that I was on a full load the whole time. Hoppers spawn in with load for some reason as you spawn them in. So yeah, rage quit number 1, and with that I set off, took a nice screenshot, and went over to the selling point, which turned out to be the wrong place. I'd went the complete other side of the Sawyer Islands stupidly, and a while later started selling at this discreet hopper in the ground. Started making money. I was very excited about that. Went AFK for a little bit and come back to a pile of coal where my truck had shifted, so I didn't have a handbrake on it because I didn't think of it, and so I don't know how much money I lost there, but yeah, on the next round is going to be better. So I decided to fix the problem with the modular engine and just give up on it, put a normal engine in there. I don't know if that was better or not, and set off without audio for some reason. Sorry about that. Then started loading it up for real this time, and yeah, this was my vision. I was gonna have so much money, and then the funnel just stopped. I had 10 times less what I had, and the funnel was just broken, and all the selling points on the map had disappeared. Someone can let me know what was that all about. That'll be great, but don't think it ends there. On the way back, my truck dies. It runs out of battery somehow, even though I've got generators in there. And yep, this was bad. Okay, I had no money to spawn in a fresh truck, so I had to like just wreck the other one, turn it into like a skeleton, and yeah, I had to kit that out with some towing. After actually refueling it, I set off to salvage the other truck, which was quite far away, and the plan was to attach a fuel hose. I didn't add an anchor point at the front because obviously I just didn't think of it, and so I had to kind of tow it from the side, which meant that as it was, this lighter, more skinned down truck just couldn't pull it at all. So I had wasted more time, and yeah, I just kind of quit about saving, and reloaded. Went back with an actual truck, and in the dead of night with no lights, I eventually got it back, and eventually got my money. I don't know if I made any money in that entire thing. Probably not. Probably lost money. But I went back to more missions, and another towing mission. But this one's a bit different. As you can see, I had to tug a large tugboat, ironically, and oh my, the amount of times I flipped. Hydrofoils, small speedboats, not good for towing heavy industrial boats, and the waves picked up, and I just flipped and flipped and reloaded and flipped, and I had to sit there and just like play the buttons, but eventually I made it back and flipped again, but I ended up pushing the boat into the dock, and I got like 2,000, and it took me about half an hour. So yeah, I just can't win today. But went back and I decided to kit out the speedboat with a autopilot by Tigen, very trusty, and a water cannon, which at first had the weakest spray ever because I was only using regular pumps, but I ended up kitting it out with a turbo or impeller with a motor on it, and that was much better, got a lot more pressure out of that. So with these firing boats I should be able to just pull up and kind of spray them down from afar, which is very nice. And day 20, we're looking at the sunset, sunrise, yeah. And hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for 30 days coming, and hopefully I'll have some better luck. But yeah, thanks for watching.